Yo, everyday superpower, signing in. We're talking dating, going on a date, having a lovely time. My question to you is she submitting to you? Is she putting herself in a submissive position? Is she being the feminine to your masculine? Are you actually being dominant within the relationship? So I'm not going to speak on your body language, but I'm going to speak on hers and how she's reacting to you and how you can identify submissive behaviours and how you can start to philosophize on whether what you're seeing is submissive or not. Okay? One must be submissive, one must be dominant. I mean, we would have a little bit of a clash if so. We don't want two submissive individuals sort of trying to outdo each other, and we definitely don't want two dominant forces clashing heads. So in the realm of dynamics, there has to be some inequality down the line in the communication. Traditionally speaking, biologically speaking, the submissive tends to be done best by the feminine force, whereas the dominance tends to arise from the masculine. Okay, so if you're a fella, I'm speaking to you because you should see through my eyes to some degree. Definitely easier than the woman who would be listening to this, but we're on a date, we're on a heterosexual date, we've got a woman before us. Okay, although homosexual men, given that they have some degree of femininity within their upbringing or so forth, or are influenced by femininity, may also portray a lot of these signals and behaviours anyway. You know what I mean? We do see a great crossover when it comes to that. So you're sitting aside your potential partner or your partner or a friend. Who knows who this individual is, but you're trying to identify submissive behaviours. Now, let's have a look into it. Are they smiling? Are they laughing? Are they in a joyous position? Are they nice and loose around you? Are they comfortable around you? Okay, that by default is a submissive position, right? You don't need to be stern and stubborn and, all of these things. Are they easy around you? Are they smiling around you? Okay, because within our closest primitive ancestors that are knocking around within the apes and stuff, smiling is a submissive gesture. Your boss doesn't smile as much as the subordinate, especially whilst in communication with them. They don't have to please as much. When we smile, we say we are of no harm. We are under your spell. We are smiling towards you. We are trying to appease you. It is a submissive position, as the powerful dominant force doesn't necessarily have to do so. You've seen the stern-faced individuals. You've seen the man Andrew Tate bases his character upon. It's a stern man who doesn't smile too often. He's always strong and stable, direct and concentrated. He doesn't have time for the funny business. You see where I'm coming from? Now, there's nothing wrong with you smiling in conversation. That doesn't put you in a submissive place, but we're speaking on, does she smile towards you? Because that's definitely better than her not doing so, alright? But we do know a lot of cold-faced girls out there who may send the wrong signal yet still be into you, so it's not the be-all and end-all. We look at the clusters. Does she look down? Is she down? Not in a depressed way, but does she submit below you in a physical sense? Does she put herself below you? Does she is she, metaphorically speaking, the coat resting in the puddle for you to walk over to ensure your feet and your shoes don't get wet? Does she go out there and do that for you? Is she doing that within the communication? Is she speaking when you don't? Is she trying to engage with you? Is she putting herself forward in order to please you and to make you happy and communicate? Or does she not speak to you whatsoever, which isn't indicative of submissive nature? You tell me. Now, where do we go from here? Does she respond when you need her to? When she's sitting across from you and you ask her a question, does she respond to the fullest degree? Does she tell you yes, 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 yes? I mean, this could definitely be manufactured by yourself, such as a salesman would do to a potential client, but the client in that manner is submitting to the salesperson. Yes, I want it. Yes, it would work for me. Yes, I believe in it. Yes, I need it now. That's not the dominant no. Full stop. That's the submissive yes. Okay? Is she accentuating her frailties in order to be saved? Is she highlighting and concentrating on that feminine value? Is she raising the pitch of her voice in order to come across more feminine and in order to create more contrast between her high voice and your low masculine tone? Is she highlighting the size of her hands compared to yours? Is she exposing her wrists and her neck and all of the areas that, given you could be a potential predator, could take advantage of and use? Is she allowing you into that space? Is she feeling comfortable and confident enough to do so alongside allowing you the potential to do so in a submissive nature? Yeah, I'm not saying that that is the case, that you would do that, but we are but animals, and things can get primal, things can get rough, right? Is she submitting to you? Is she submissive to you? If you said, could you just pick that up for me? Does she say yeah and do it without question? Does she look at you in awe? Does she look at you from a childlike perspective, looking up in awe at the parental figure? Does she find inspiration in you? Is she submissive to you? In order for her to be submissive, you need to be dominant. How do you do that? We'll talk about it later. So if she's playing that role, you best be doing your job playing the opposite. As when one delves more into the submissive state, to create balance, the other must be portraying an incredible masculine state. For one to be neutral, the other has to be neutral, both androgynous. Everyday Superpower, I'm signing out.